All right. All right. Let's get into it. Hold on, let me turn this back on. I'm missing my lighting here. This computer for real. All right, I'm back. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another Greatness University. Who's excited? I know y'all are. Leave a comment if you pop in live. Just comment how much money you want me to send you, and I'll send it to you. Whether it's $1,000, just comment. All right, I got you. Love my fans, love my supporters, love my partners. So let's go in on this. This one is about how to choose the right business partner, and I say this because I've had bad experiences with people in business. I've seen good, bad, and ugly at a young age. Luckily, not too bad. Some people have to sign away millions of dollars or go fight in court over their business with the wrong partner, stuff like that. Nothing major's happened, but because I've gotten to know people, because I've learned the right people to connect with, because I've learned how to control my environment, because I've learned how to control my own energy and feeling out people and having the vision of exactly what I want to do. And if that vision doesn't align with me, then I'm not doing business with you or hanging out with you anyways, pretty much. So I'm just gonna go over quickly some simple that can apply across the board, maybe to different industries that this can apply to in terms of different, like there's different types of business partners, but really general qualities that can apply to all industries and people of the qualities to look for when choosing a business partner. Something I look for in general, this isn't on this list, but I just thought of because I was just talking about it last week with my real estate partner, one of my real estate partners, and I was talking about how I always prefer military or sports background. I always prefer to partner in business with people who have like some kind of competitive background and a little discipline. So usually if people do have a military background or rigorous sports background, it does usually imply a little bit of discipline. Generally, it does help with that, and a little bit of competitiveness. I have to be around people that like to compete. I have to, especially in business. I mean, in general, literally, even in my spare time, I generally don't want to be around people that don't like to compete. So, especially in business, I have to be around people that love to compete, love to get after it, love to get better, and are obsessed with how can we get better? How can we do more? How can I as a person get better? How can we up our sales? How can we up our marketing? How can we do how can we just get better all across the board? Because most companies are good. There are a lot of good companies, but the reason why most companies don't end up doing what they want to do, most entrepreneurs don't do what they want to do, what they really desire, is because they just say, well, this is fine, this is okay, this is good, but they're not really competitive. Like they're not going after like, yo, who can we crush? How can we crush this? How can we add more value? So anyways, that was just a personal thing for mine, not mentioned in my list, that I just wanted to mention. Military or sports background definitely preferred when partnering in business and in life, man. That's just the friends I want to be around. Honestly, now I choose who I want to do business with. I choose my partners. I choose my environment. I choose the circle closest to me, and that also, does involve a competitive background. No matter what, business or leisure for me. So that's that. And then I think I can get into this next one. So a complementary skill set. So obviously you want somebody that is skilled, and it's great for people that like, yeah, I want to make $1 million. I want to make other people, I want to make millions of dollars. I want to build a huge company, and I have this big vision. So vision is really important, and that's a big one, probably one of the biggest ones that I do have. But even though someone might have a massive vision, it does not mean that they are cut out to be a business partner at this time. Complementary skill sets are necessary, and I think it is crazy a lot of times when it's like you're an employer, and employers have like crazy requirements, like hiring college grads, but you have to have 5 years of relevant experience. I don't think, oftentimes, depending on the position, this is circumstantial, but the actual skill set that people have to have and the amount of experience in that skill set is varies a lot, and is, like I said, very circumstantial to the company, the business, the role, the position that you'd be wanting people to come on and do with you and run with you, especially in the beginning of a company, the beginning of a business, whether, call it a small business, it could be a boutique, freaking, retail shop, or it could be a marketing company, or it could be, I mean, I'm in marketing and even like real estate, stuff like that. In the beginning of companies, in the beginning of businesses, you are choosing people that are, like partial owners or big partners, a big part of the direction of where you want to go with your business and with your company. So it is important, especially in the beginning, to choose the right people because they're not just another employee. They might be like your right hand man, like your CEO of your company, like the person that helps you run the company while you paint the vision for it. So definitely complementary skill set is necessary. Relevant skills and skills that at least can translate. Let's say for me, I'm always looking for someone with great communication, even to be friend. I mean, even to be in my life or be close to me, but especially uh, people that I'm going to partner in business with. Communication is huge because that can go and transfer to a lot of areas of business. Communication, phone skills, um, general networking skills are preferred for me. Sales and marketing. I'm probably not going to partner with you in business or bring you into any of my businesses or even hire you if you have no sales or marketing, unless it is literally someone I'm bringing in to partner in business with that is just going to be like my graphic design person, or maybe just like helping with social media content. But even then, like everything is sales and marketing. So a drive, someone incentivized by like sales and marketing and wanting to get behind that. If there's not a way for your skill to really bring revenue, like increase the business of the company, increase the revenue of the company, there's not a whole lot of use for. I mean, even if you're a tech person, like you're literally coming into a company to be on the tech side to help speed things up, which will then you will indirectly increase like sales and revenue of companies. So, anyways, some skill sets are important, especially complementary skill sets that can translate into your business and what you want to do. A couple more shared goals and values, which is really important. So it's good not just to partner up with someone just because like, yeah, I want to make a lot of money and I want to work hard. There's a lot of people that work hard and want to make a lot of money, but just because they want to do those things doesn't mean they're actually going to do them. And wanting and wishing and just having someone with good intentions, you don't get paid to have good intentions. You don't build a great company. A great company doesn't happen just because of good intentions. It comes from good actions, good skills, all these things that I'm going to talk about. So shared goals and values is important to really get to know that person on a deep level. I just partnered up with a big real estate investor that I'm learning so much from already, and it's been an incredible short ride. Just to see so many deals get done by the right mentor. But something like that, like to for both ways, for him to bring me on as a partner and to teach me and mentor me in a business like real estate investing, to trust me, to come in and trust me with his systems, with the work that he's already done, with the business that he's already built. It took some conversation to get to know each other. Really, what are our core values as a human being? What is our what do we want out of life? What is our intentions of being here? More than money or more than wanting a good company. So shared goals and values, that takes conversation, that takes really getting to know that other person. And even if it's your friend, maybe you go drinking every weekend, that's your friend. That doesn't mean that they're going to be a good business partner just because you're good buddies or drinking buddies. That doesn't mean just because you go drinking together every weekend or hit the beach or play ball together, that doesn't mean that you actually know each other's goals and values. So it takes conversation. I think I'm on number 3 or 4, wherever we're at. I think 4. Easy to talk to. Someone that's easy to talk to is really important because you want someone that you can communicate with, and it's not weird, it's not awkward, and there can never be like tension. And if there was tension or pressure in the relationship and the partnership, that can be talked about later on. All right. Easy to talk to, very important. Shared goals and values, trustworthiness. And there's a lot of times, man, you feel like you can really trust people, but sometimes you can't. And maybe it's a character flaw, but I do trust most people. I do have trust in most people for the most part, like until they break that. But you still have to feel people out. You still have to try to look into someone's track record, their history of working with other people. Did they screw somebody over in another company, or did they just do they just feed lies? Do they feed crap? Do they sound like someone? Like maybe it sounds good. Maybe they. And this was even me too. Like, I can. A lot of people can walk the walk or talk the talk, right? Like a lot of people can look good and talk good and say. And honestly, in my couple years of business, I've learned that most people are all talk, man. Most people are saying like, yeah, I hustle, I'm a grinder, yeah, like I do this, I do that. And honestly, most people are talking out of their rear end. So you definitely have to get to know people. Can they be trusted? Well, one, can they be trusted in general? Can they be trusted people just on a day-to-day basis? Are they constantly, lying and putting on a show to the world? a perceived image, or can you actually? And then number two, can you actually trust them in your business? Trust them with finances. Trust them with having some autonomy or some control over your business and your employees, whatever that is. And so, trustworthiness, very, very important. Knowledge of your industry. It's obviously good to partner with someone that has some knowledge in your industry, that has listened to, at least read some books, listened to some podcasts, has experience in your industry. So industry specific knowledge is important, especially today, because the world is changing faster than ever. Every industry is changing faster than ever. Every system, whether it's an SEO or marketing system, sales system, sales funnel, social media is always changing. Things are changing so fast. So it is really good for have someone to have not just industry specific knowledge, but real life, like modern time, in real time, having today's knowledge of their industry, not the knowledge of the industry from 20, 40 years ago. Just because someone was literally really, just because someone was madly successful and found some got some crazy success and made $100 million in 1980s or 90s in this some industry, does not mean I want to partner with them, because that does not mean that they are relevant today. Literally, just because someone was a millionaire, billionaire 50 years ago, when they did all the work 40 years ago, to even 20 years ago, if they're not still doing that today and still performing at that level and still as relevant today as to actually what's going on, I don't want to do business with them. They might be a good mentor and say, hey, I did these things 20 years ago. I did these things 30 years ago. And that's why I'm going to formally start my podcast in the new year. And that's to show people, like, in the now, entrepreneurs in the trenches, entrepreneurs in the now, not like, yeah, well, this is what I did in 1994. I started building my business. No, like, what's going on today. So that's why industry knowledge today and not industry knowledge of 50 years ago is important. Just really evaluate what they can bring to the business. That sometimes is a pros and cons list. You want people to be assets and not liabilities. That's how businesses are weighed. That's how businesses are valued. Assets minus liabilities, and you definitely want to keep your liabilities low. And that might mean firing people. It might mean continuing to recruit until you find the right people for you that can take the right action to get behind your vision and to help you execute on that vision. People that are experienced, obviously you want experience within reason. I know it's not always realistic to have 10 years of experience, but if you want to bring someone on, that's going to take control of half your company, or someone that you really want to trust in your business to have experience with, for sure, especially along the way. Like, early on, there's going to be less, your partners will have less experience, right? Like, if you're just starting out your first company ever, you have no employees, you don't have a lot of money, capital, stuff like that, you're not going to hire someone that has 20 years of 10 years of experience, 20 years of experience in your field, because they're already going to be ahead of you. So although it is very good to look for people who are ahead of you and try to partner with them and be mentored by them while you work on a business together. That's what I've done. Only partner with people who are farther along than me, that have what I want to an extent in some area or most areas. And get to work with them, even though they're far ahead of me, better than me, have more experience than me, have more knowledge than me, and have even bigger goals. But a lot of those things have to line up for that to happen. So those are a bunch there. And I think would be really, really good for everybody to kind of think about this. And even most people too, like, even if you're just an employee, like not even wanting to be an entrepreneur, you have no entrepreneurial, well, I think everybody has a little entrepreneurial spirit, but maybe you don't have a huge entrepreneurial spirit. Maybe you just want to be, a good employee and work up and be a good integrator, like an employee or a partner to help the visionary, help the founder or the visionary, whatever, execute on their vision. You can get behind their vision, adopt their vision, and now you want to really want to help that come to life and help hit the goals and craziness that the company sees in the future. So even just as an employee is good too. Who do I want to work with? Like, not just business partners of like partnering some of the business and owning half of my company, but who do I want to work with as an employee? Who am I going to be happy around? Who's going to make me feel good to show up to work, and who's going to pour into me? Who's going to help me just want to not be dying to leave the office every day? So many people, right? Like, after lunch, you're just sitting there watching it, TikTok until 4 or 5 o'clock. But I've come to a place now to love my work so much, I don't even want to leave. Like, I don't want to stop working, because I do love it. And I think that's when, not that you want to work 20 hours a day, hustle, grind, don't sleep, that kind of thing, but loving your work. And so you can choose. We have the power today to choose who we work with, whether you're an employee or employer. We can reach anybody in the whole world. We can recruit anybody in the whole world. We can choose anybody in the world to partner in business with because we can reach anybody. I mean, I can literally go on LinkedIn right now and filter out, get down to a very exact person, a very specific person with a specific title, within a specific location, with specific characteristics or resume. Boom, 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 boom. Filter them out right there on LinkedIn. So we can literally choose. It's just up to us if we decide to choose. So think of those, go back. I'll list them out in the description. And yeah, I'm just going to keep cranking it this week. I will be doing lives every single day. Really, really getting back to it through the next 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. I will be doing more than anybody. You won't see anybody doing, more videos, more lives, and stuff on here to build up to this and what the vision is looking like. You hear Greatness University. That's what this is. I am doing this to pump out videos to people to add so much value. I want people to be like, dang, this kid is this guy is adding so much value. Like it's crazy. Like I have to watch him. So I'm just pumping out value, free value, free value, free value. And then the plan is after the new year to officially have a real podcast. But this is really to prove my consistency, to prove that I'm willing to show up day after day after day and consume, the books, the podcasts, my experience, and pour that right back out into the world because I will never be fulfilled and I will never find fulfillment in my work and in my learning if I don't put it back out into the world, if I don't help the next person and pay it forward to help the next person, speed up their success, speed up their growth, and even learn from my mistakes. So let's go from good to great this week, and let's have some fun. Be productive the rest of the Sunday. If you're watching on Sunday, if you're watching on replay, hit replay. Send me a comment, send me a message, whatever. Subscribe to my newsletter on LinkedIn. I'm updating my newsletter on LinkedIn today. It'll be a weekly newsletter rather than daily. Weekly newsletter will highlight the highlights of the week. It'll be more of a highlight reel from each and every week, compiled of various forms of my content. So LinkedIn newsletter, subscribe to that, and subscribe to my Telegram channel. They're all free. The Telegram is linked on my Instagram and linked on LinkedIn as well. So hope to see you guys there. Let's have an amazing rest of our weekend. Be productive. Get ready for one of the biggest weeks of the year, despite Thanksgiving. Keep pushing through, man. I know people are already checking out because it's the week of Thanksgiving. Lock in right now because most people are going to check out. Most people if they even show up to work at all this week, they're going to be spaced out. They're going to already be at the Thanksgiving table. So this is the right opportunity for us as high performers to get ahead of the crowd, to get ahead of the masses and be great. God bless. See y'all later.